Well, Watcher fans, ask and ye shall receive. I posted a few videos earlier today because I recorded them last night, but I didn't have a chance to edit. And come to find out that the Watcher team did release a statement as they titled it an update. So if you want to check out their update video, which is about 3.5 to 4 minutes long, I'll leave a link to the video in the comment section below, pinned to the top comment. So if you haven't watched it already, please go watch that video and then come back here if you want to get my thoughts on it. But I'll wait. Go watch the video, then come back here. All right. Okay, let's assume you did so. Now, first things first. Man, they on the couch again, but this time the first thing that came out their mouth was like, hey, so we messed up. And they issued an apology. Let me just say up front, I do appreciate these guys for, the turnaround time for this statement. I will say that, because they dropped the update video on Friday. Then you have the weekend where everybody and their mother is talking about it. They're losing tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Everybody is talking about it on their platforms. People who have never watched Watcher, heard of Shane Ryan and Steven, nor, even watched them back in the Buzzfeed days. Everybody threw their hat into the ring. But now they came out with this video addressing the situation and the fact that they, spoke in a way that was, about the whole thing about being at a cost that anyone can afford on Watcher TV, the insensitivity of it. Because like I said, it is affordable. Like I could afford it, but at the same time, it's like my money could be used elsewhere, like that $5.99 a month. There are other things I know I could use that money towards. Not to mention, Watcher doesn't have enough entertainment that I myself enjoy to say, you know what, instead of Disney Plus, let me get Watcher TV. Instead of Netflix, let me get Watcher TV. No, there isn't enough content for me personally to say, if I wanted to restrict myself to like 3 streaming platforms, Netflix, Disney Plus, and even though I have it, it's not technically a platform. I just say YouTube Premium to avoid ads. I'd say, okay, I gotta dump Netflix or Watcher. I wasn't doing that. But then, they pretty much break down how what they're going to do in order to avoid taking free content from the people who made them. The people who were down for them since the pandemic hit, when Watcher started to blow up, those who made what they do possible. Watcher TV is still going to exist. It's just that if you do sign up, you will have access to the new material a month or so ad free. So you'll have the new content about a month or so ahead of those who want to watch it on YouTube. Because if you don't subscribe to Watcher TV, you will still see the new content, but it will be a few weeks after it had already been released on Watcher TV, which is kind of a perk. Think of it as a, streaming service, Patreon, I suppose. But regardless, they are really backtracking here, listening to the fan criticism and, putting steps into action so they can hopefully pull the fans they have lost back. Now, I will say this much. I am looking at the comments on this update video, and it just got uploaded about an hour or so ago from the time I'm recording this video. But you have those who are praising them for, making this change. But then you have a comment that really threw me for a loop. Between Steven's post, Sarah's post, I haven't seen any of these posts myself. The Watcher employee that got into the comments calling everyone spoiled brats. The damage has been done for me. Guess this is what happens when you say eat the rich and put yourself on the menu. Now, I'll probably do some research and find these posts myself, but yeah. And those who are like, everybody who's saying, oh, they listened to our feedback. Yeah, because their company was going under if they didn't. And yeah, it's just crazy to me because like I said in my other videos, I just wonder if they don't get enough people to sign up for the membership on Watcher TV, will they just raise the prices really quickly to make up the difference? Because they talk about how they're going to increase production and, the quality of their content and do a bunch of new shows and travel. And I'm like, if you're having quote unquote potential, financial issues on YouTube, then how are you going to do it on a platform that advertisers aren't paying for, but you're leaving it up to your subscribers to do so? But, they did really say that, hey, if you change your mind about the Watcher TV platform, because it's like, even though you're getting new content, you're like, well, I can wait a few weeks. If it means I get it for free on YouTube, they'll give you a free refund. So I feel like that's pretty cool. Then on top of that, they talked about the Patreon. So if you are a current Patreon member, they'll give you a free code to the Watcher TV platform. So I guess that means that if you are a patron, then you get free access to, Watcher TV, which is pretty cool. And if you've already paid for a subscription, if you're a Patreon member, reach out and then they'll refund you immediately. So it does seem like, they are changing what they originally said for the better to try to pull people back. But like some people say, the damage has been done. Man, it's just, I mean, a lot of people say the same thing. I respect this, but I won't forget this. And man, oh man. So then Ryan talks about how, what they did it for the reasons of, being relevant to the advertisers. They didn't want to compromise their content, not to mention with the constant YouTube changes, they needed to make a shift. And without Watcher TV, them staying on YouTube may not have been a possibility, because they wanted to avoid laying off employees, those who made Watcher what it is, today from the ground up. And they didn't want to shut down Watcher. But again, I think, like I said, we still don't know the main reason for all this stuff. You say the whole thing in regards to advertisers, but at the end of the day, based off what we do know, the general public, what we do know from what was said in the goodbye YouTube video and what was said in this update video, just lower that production cost. And maybe you overextended yourselves by adding on so many employees. What did you say, up to like 25, probably close to 30 at this point? But just dial it back. And I hope that, after reading the comments, because, Shane did say that over the weekend they had been reading the feedback. I hope they take into account what was said multiple times. Probably the most common comment about this change, as opposed to simply, I can't afford it. The fact that people don't want the overly produced content. We want the genuine, comedic banter and just the chemistry between you all. That's what we want. We don't want, these extravagant, elaborate movie Hollywood level quality pieces of content. Yeah, they might look pretty, but they don't hit the same. It's like, no, I mean, some people love steak in a fancy restaurant where, I'll be cool with like a $2 burger that tastes really solid from, the grocery store, the general store right up the street. So I think that Watcher, while I applaud them for making this change, is, no doubt due to the huge, decrease in their numbers. No doubt about that. But I just wonder, how the advertisers are going to feel. Like, will they jump back on the Watcher train after they made it clear they were leaving YouTube because of them, or how this is going to work? I mean, what I liked about the breakdown here, about the whole thing about a month early, if you buy the streaming platform, I wish they would have set up this kind of model before, or at the very least before this whole thing started. Make a gradual change to this eventual rollout, because the way that they came across Friday was, it was tone deaf, it was way too quick, and it took everybody by surprise. There was no time to, just sit on the update. It's like, hey, this is what we're doing. And if you don't come along with us, that's okay. Just thanks for supporting us thus far. And if you don't have the money, too bad, so sad. Because, some people were saying that originally they were going to pull all their content from YouTube while it would be locked behind the paywall. But then apparently they updated it saying, no. We're actually going to leave everything we have up forever, but the new stuff is going to be on the platform. But hey, I don't know if that's true or not, but regardless, Watcher, man, this is going to be pretty interesting to see how things unfold. I'd love to see other people give their take on this update, but I would feel some kind of way if I actually saw some of the comments. So they say that Steven and Sarah, I believe Sarah is Shane's wife, if some of them actually responded to the comments talking about people being ungrateful and entitled and stuff, then yeah, I definitely feel some kind of way about that. But this is definitely going to leave a bad taste in people's mouth for quite a while. But like I said, I hopefully they take the feedback not as, just hatred, but the fact that people are actually hurt. And I'm talking about the people who actually have been the diehard fans for quite some time. So I don't know. Yeah, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you appreciate this update slash apology? Will you ever forgive them? But I don't, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, hey, thanks so much for tuning in. And if there are any more updates from now, I'll definitely chime in with some thoughts. But will you be going back to Watch Your Entertainment if you've unsubscribed? Or will you just say, you know what? You already kicked me to the curb once. I'm not going to, get back into a relationship with Watcher only for them to possibly do that again to me in the future.